Hello everyone, this is Jay from BroGaming TCG, and today we are playing the Elder Scrolls Legends, back up against Lord Puffington here in just some casual match play. Haven't been playing too much ranked here recently, just because I've trying to get ready for the gauntlet that is coming up. If you guys don't know, this weekend actually there is a gauntlet coming up. It is going to be epic. The prizes are going to be awesome. I'm sure that I will link link in the description for all the information to the gauntlet. I'm not really going to go over it in this video. In this video, as you guys know by the title, I'm sure that's why you're here, I'm going to give you guys a few tips to better your gameplay on the Elder Scrolls Legends. Now, as you guys see, I went first and I immediately threw my sharpshooting scout into the shadow lane, and I think that's one of the best plays that I ever make when starting first, is always putting my creature into the shadow lane. It doesn't matter what creature it is. It could be a 1-cost creature. Or 2-cost creature on my second turn. I always put it in this shadow lane, mostly because that protects my creature from getting attacked. Now I know your opponent cannot attack on their turn either, but it kind of allows me that sense of security. Also, playing in the shadow lane first turn gives me the shadow lane priority. So I'm always going to have more monsters unless my opponent kills more monsters than I can put out in a single turn in the shadow lane. So gaining control of the shadow lane early on is something that you can really focus on and could possibly easily get you some more wins on your rosters if you guys are struggling with winning. Now here he's going to play Shrieking Harpy, and he's actually going to do a really good move with Shrieking Harpy. He's going to play a Night to Remember, and he's actually going to switch that lane, activating its effect again, shackling 2 of my creatures at once. Now I was aware of this, of how this worked, but that's something that is an easy budget deck thing to do, is to play 4 copies of to Remember and play 4 copies of Shrieking Harpy, and really don't castrate your opponent and allow them not to attack at all. It's a very good tactic for beginners. But here I've got a guard in the shadow lane protecting my other 3. I already have a lot of damage in the shadow lane. I have 8, 10, 11 damage, and I have Crushing Blow in my hand, which I'm holding onto that Crushing Blow specifically for the end game. Crushing Blow, really I could use various times and point in this game, but I keep it towards the end game because I know that I have control of this game, and that's something that you have to recognize, is when do you have control and when do you not have control. And that's something that I love aggro decks for specifically, is because I always feel like I have control of the game. I never feel like I'm losing that control, and if I do lose that control, I always feel like I can regain it by just spamming the board with mass amount of low-cost creatures. Here I'm going to use Lightning Bolt, and basically I knew I couldn't take out a Sabercat this turn, and I know that he has to attack into my guard, so I go ahead and get it low enough for my guard to kill. That's something that you also want to be aware of, is that sometimes you don't always have to hit the face with your spell cards like Crushing Blow and Lightning Bolt. You can easily attack creatures with them and possibly prevent some of your creatures from ever getting off the board with those. So I go ahead, I just hit for 1 here. I already have 3 rune breaks down. He's down to 11 HP. So I'm feeling pretty confident about this game. I'm not really worried about anything that he does. I still have all my rune breaks left. I'm actually still at full health, and he's actually going to use the chef here, turn me into a sweet roll, which actually throws off my entire plan quite a bit. But something that you can bounce back with for plays like this, the play that he just used to kind of destroy most of my creatures on the board, is always keep extra creatures in your hand. You don't want to exhaust all your resources. So, and that's a problem that I actually run into quite a bit, is exhausting all my resources. And you'll see here where I get worried that he's going to gain control of the board, so I just throw out all the creatures in my hand and leave myself with 1 card in the hand. That's a very risky tactic, but sometimes risks need to be made to win games. So I'm a very risky player, to the point where some of the moves that I make, if my opponent was to just do something just a little bit different in their turn, and you guys actually, if you guys go back and check the playlists and go through my videos and analyze those, you can really see where I play a card and I'm just hoping that my opponent doesn't play, a creature that has high enough to destroy it, or attacks this creature into that creature, or they'd win the game. And that's basically how I play this game. I play it with a very high risk, high reward attitude. Now, you may not be that player because you may love control decks, which control decks are very low risk, very high reward decks. You think, oh, that's a great deck. It has tons of control. I always control the board, but do you really control the board? And that's something that, comes easier with control decks. And actually, when I was beginning this game, I started out on control decks. I started to learn how to understand the game, how the board works, how board control works, and stuff like that. And so control decks for beginners are great. They're great, but for more advanced players, I would choose more of a mid-range deck. Now I play aggro deck, and that's something that is my choice. But here's an interesting play. I actually play Camelorn Hero in the opposite lane, and put him into the shadow lane, protecting him for next turn because I know that I have enough damage to put him down below 4, so I basically have secured my win. And you actually want to secure your win with a few different things. Like I have Crushing Blow in my hand, so I know I can win that way, and I have Camelorn Hero in the shadow lane, so I know I can win that game. He actually doesn't really, I don't think he really can play much here. He actually plays a Frost Atronach. He plays a Frost Conjurer and then gets a Frost Atronach in the other lane here, but it's still not going to be able to do anything. He seems like he can't attack my Camelorn Hero. I actually draw into another Crushing Blow, definitely securing my win. So he's actually going to surrender here and concede to me. I give him the good game. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like on the video. It is really greatly appreciated. Also, if you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, I urge you to click that subscribe button. It is an epic thing to do, and I very, very much appreciate it. Anyways, guys, this has been Jay from BroGaming TCG. I want to remind you all to always keep on battling and pursue your dreams. Thanks for watching.